Invited to the AEW Review Dynamite tonight. Holy crap, guys. Wow. I gotta tell you, man, that ending, wow. What a street fight tonight. AEW going heavy with the wrestling tonight. And, really selling next week so well, man. I thought they really sold next week so well. Marty, whatever you do, don't go to 2020, Marty. Oh. I don't know. What's going on, everybody? We got Jake DeMarco coming in the house in just a few minutes. And I'm here, you're here. Let's do this. We got the donations open. Gonna be playing those in a few minutes. If you guys want, go to the description box down below, Streamlabs, or you can use the Super Chat Party and Super Chat Party with us tonight if you would like to. That would help the show, and would help my financial livelihood. So go ahead down there and check it out. We got Jake DeMarco here. He's wet. I can see right now that he's wet. He's not always wet, so this is one of those things where you guys are lucky as wrestling fans that my co-host is wet down there in the underwear. Look at that. You can probably tell from the look on his face how wet he is. What's up, chat? I hope you guys hit that like button and stick the thumb directly up my broken tooth's ass. That's right, baby. That's right, baby. It's going down tonight, baby. It's going down tonight. I retweeted out that I'm live right now. Go to my Twitter at JCS Commentary. And please give it a retweet and a like and share it on Facebook everywhere and Reddit. I don't know. Whatever you do, do something and help me out there. Alrighty, what a street fight to end the show. We're probably going to talk about that right off the bat because it's exciting, and we'll talk a little bit about it real quick. Then we'll rewind back to the beginning and start from there and move forward. I don't know what the NXT announcements tonight were. I'm sure someone's going to tell us. But what I do know is that NXT seemed to be heavy on the wrestling tonight, and so wasn't AEW. AEW and NXT both heavy on the wrestling tonight, which tells me that it's really going to come down to who had the better wrestling tonight and who sold next week better, because I think both shows, I didn't see NXT at all, so I could be wrong, but I believe NXT was probably a builder episode, which was building towards what's going on next week or in the future, and I think that AEW was definitely doing that tonight as well. So it's going to come down to who sold next week better and who made you feel so good about this week that you can't wait for next week, I guess. So both episodes, I think, were the same setup shows, so at least they feel even in that way. I could be wrong. I'm sure you guys will let us know at some point if you'd like to. But yeah, feel free to share this. All that stuff all over the place. Let us know. And man, JR said I think this is the greatest he said I don't know, did he say hardcore match or brawl or something like street fight? He said this might be the best street fight. He goes, I think this is the best street fight I ever called. Yeah, this was great. I hope that Sue's driving them right to the hospital because Trent got destroyed. Oh my God. That double power bomb into the windshield, I actually audibly gasped. I went, oh, one of those just couldn't help it moments. That looked brutal. You could see the little splinters on his back as the glass pieces and the shards fell out of his skin. I'm like, oh, that's worse than the thumbtacks. The back of his head hitting the rim of the metal of the car. Yeah, the right edge of where the glass meets the windshield. Oh, just such a rough landing. All of them took horrific shots. I swear, who was it that ran into the mirror? Santana, correct? Yeah, that was hilarious. Right at the beginning. I swear, I rewound, I think 3 or 4 times. It looked like he blocked it with his hands. So he did it safe, and then he looked like he slipped and still hit his head. He might have, so that's where I think he bled legitimately. Yeah. The way, because I rewound it, like I said, and it looks like he goes to safe it, puts his hands up, his hands hit it, and then his head still hits it as well. He had too much momentum and kind of falls through. My theory with that is he thought he would break the mirror off. So that makes sense. That he would push it all the way forward to get nothing left to hit. He thought, I'm gonna push the mirror off and then go through it. or at least it would bend, and it didn't. And so he did all his might, then had to let go. The mirror doesn't break, and then he smashes into it.
That makes perfect sense.
But I mean, luckily I think he bailed a little bit, so it wasn't too bad. But he definitely got the grace of it.
He hit it hard enough that he was out of the match for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, they were probably looking at it. I mean,
they had to be checking on him. So
this match had just enough of the right sort of like gimmick, I don't know, work with actual injury, right? Like, this is going to be a match. These guys are going to have bruises for 2 weeks. There was shots on the wood that one of them he rolled the wrong way and it hit his bone, and you heard the wood go kung, and you're like, ooh, like, oh my God, dude, he just got hit by the wood, like, on his bone. Dude, if you were changing the channel and you didn't know what AEW was and you came across this, you'd be like, is this a scene from a movie? And then you'd keep watching and you'd realize it's like wrestling probably or something live. You would not turn this off. If you're not a wrestling fan,
you're flipping through and you're seeing this, especially after Trent gets up and he's bleeding out of his back after going through the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was Ortiz that smashed the long piece of wood over his back multiple times.
Yeah.
And then he goes to turn on the ground thinking that, he's going to hit his back again. He turns and he catches it right in the stomach, straight abdomen shot. And I think it was, was it also Trent that almost took it in the eye as well? The big, wooden piece that they had there. It looked like it bounced. I think it was Trent.
It was right near.
It almost hit him in the eye.
He has a gash right here under his eyebrow.
Yeah, it was so close to his eye. So close. I mean, there was a few times in that match I was like, oh my God.
I'm going to bet that on Twitter you're going to see his eye like lacerated right here. Somewhere right here he's lacerated. Dude, I got to tell you, dude. I mean, this is all we're going to talk about, right? Because this was the most exciting thing, because most of the night was really about kind of like, hey, let's just go have wrestling matches and sell next week, which is fine.
They have a lot of matches they're building towards next week, obviously. But I felt like what we got was a really good night. That Hangman Page match was my favorite up until the ending.
Yeah.
That was an excellent singles match. I missed him as a singles competitor. You've seen him do the tag team thing for such a long time. It was a bit refreshing, and can't say enough good about Kazarian as well. The two of them put out a hell of a match.
I thought FTR was good too, man. I thought I don't know why.
Yeah,
I like their selling.
Cheat to win, but that was a great tag team opening.
It was a nice sell. They were just selling well. I liked it, and I felt nice. Two nice matches to open the show. That's what I thought was like two nice matches to open the show. They were all right. Nothing crazy. I don't even think I'm gonna go back and watch them. They were just nice. They were good, solid matches. And after that, things kind of settled down a little bit. But then it kind of became exciting to get ready for this street fight that was gonna happen.
And I didn't have that high of expectations for this either, which is partly why I feel like they blew it out of the water. For me, anyways.
I got it. You know what? I mean, you might be right, but I did think it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. I thought, well, this is the whole sell tonight. This is the main event. They've been pushing it. It's a story. It's got purpose, and they can do all these crazy things all night. We've been watching regular wrestling, so this should be something. But yeah, if it wasn't at the level it hit, then it kind of would have been like, man, that was okay, whatever that was. But yeah, they went above and beyond. I thought we would get maybe a 7 out of 10 in the street fight, and they really gave us a 9.
I could say a 9.
That was a 9 out of 10 street fight.
Think about what they utilized. They didn't have that many weapons. They didn't have a large area to cover. They utilized very little. They used a lot of psychology. And they spaced out their stunts. Now, granted, they had enough time to do these things, but everything was planned very well. And, luckily things seemingly went accordingly, minus a few minor spots, but it didn't interrupt the match or flow that they had planned, seemingly. So all in all, they exceeded every expectation I had. I could gladly give this a 9.
What did you think about the opening of the show towards the opening, when Tony Khan... When the Young Bucks super kicked the ref, and then Tony Khan appears to not even know that they super kicked the ref. He looked more like he got caught watching Pornhub during the show.
Yes, I was going to say that. He looked like he was embarrassed to be on TV.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh God, no! I'm watching Pornhub. Like, what's going on?" Like he didn't look like a
Mom. It's a pop-up. I just clicked on something. Yeah, one of those.
Like I would have expected him, like, as soon as the Young Bucks come back, he's already pushing his chair back and he pulls his headset off and does this type of thing, like,
Yeah, like he's about to confront them or knows that they're coming to confront him. Either which way.
Really, guys? Really, guys?
Yeah, have him go into
that.
again.
That would have been
nonsense.
the look. But instead, he's like, I've got money. Oh, you gave me money. Like, you know, it was
he's like,
just,
I'm watching porn and I got money. Not a bad day.
I mean, you know, just kind of funny there. It looked like he got caught watching porn, and they showed up and he didn't expect them. As opposed to like, wow, you just super kicked my referee and compromised the company, and you know we're gonna fine you now. Like they said, the fine came from him.
Yes.
Like I don't even believe that now after seeing his
on
reaction.
BTE, they went into his office and chucked the money all over his office. He wasn't in there, and even then, I was like, oh, I'm glad they're not, you know, still continually always putting him on camera. I'd rather him, you know, the idea of Tony Khan, but not have him be seen on TV. And I wasn't crazy about the opening at all for this. I'm not thrilled with the Young Bucks doing their little heel dance currently, because you know they're not going to be full on heels, and I don't care for how they're doing it so far. Why are they attacking people? You know, it's not interesting to me personally. I'm not thrilled with it. But that was pretty much my only negative throughout this show. I enjoyed the rest of the show straight through.
I'm not as negative on it as you, but it is kind of like I'm like, okay, they're doing something. Like I'm not.
I don't hate it like I hated some things on Raw, but this is certainly on the lower end of the spectrum.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I'm not that interested in it. I don't think it's a bad idea to do something, because I'm kind of like, okay, where's this going? Are they gonna? But
fairly to say, compared to the rest of AEW as well, you know, when you were getting a lot of really good things tonight, this stood out to me as a negative.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was over.
Omega on commentary was my negative. What the fuck, man?
I know why they had him out there, but he was so piss poor. I'm sorry. I understand what they were trying to push with the storytelling, and you know that the former best friends and tag team, they're no longer together. And all right, he still wants to be a team. You don't want anything to do with him. The only thing that worked in that was him leaving and having Hangman turn around and be like, "Oh, he's not there still," and he looked heartbroken. So Hangman was the positive yet again. Kenny did nothing for that segment.
Yeah, unfortunately, listen, I don't know, bro. Kenny is just. He's this cool, calm guy who, you know, Kenny Omega, I remember when people used to give Bret Hart crap, but, you know, Bret Hart could cut a promo. You know, it's like people really crapped on Hart. I would say that, you know, kind of like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Bret Hart kind of remind me of Kenny Omega, but even they had more than Omega, because, you know, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat would be like, well, tonight I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go in the ring and I'm going to figure out what I can do and I'm going to try to take him down the best I can because I'm Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And it was like really kind of like, you suck on the mic, Ricky.
Yeah.
So I would say Ricky the Dragon Steamboat go look him up. He's very sort of similar to Kenny Omega. In my opinion.
Chat agrees with you saying that he's, you know, sinking, overrated. Him on the mic is just, you know, he's a dweeb, and it's like, yeah, no.
Get him off the mic and just like, I don't know. I just don't have him on the mic, man. Have him go out there and be Kenny Omega, which is he has these matches. Have him let his matches in wrestling do the talking.
Exactly. Let that speak for him.
Yeah, and then let him react to what's going on in the matches. That way he has something to react to. When he's just speaking and trying to come up with things, it's just he doesn't feel right at all. You know, Bret Hart at least yelled, you know, had this presence even as a face, you know what I mean? Well, you know, Yokozuna, you talk about how you're going to beat me in the ring, but as a World Wrestling Federation champion, I'm going to put you in the sharpshooter in the center of the ring in front of your manager, and that's what Bret the Hitman Hart does, because I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And, you know, they say that that's a bad promo, but it's like, listen, that's better than what Omega brings as far as a promo. But I like Kenny Omega, so it's just, you know, it's just one of those things. Get him off the mic as far as that goes. Let me play a donation. You guys are donating. Guys, if you want to donate, the link is down below. Streamlabs, Twitch alerts, PayPal, credit card, whatever you want to do. All the donation amounts are listed down below. Not all of them, but most of them. The 1212 Dumpster Fire, Keith Lee, is still available because I haven't changed it yet. I don't know why, but I maybe change it at some point. Or Super Chats are available down below as well. Unless you're using an Apple or a Macintosh or a iPhone or whatever the fuck they do over there with that garbage company, then you may not see a super chat down below because they don't always work for some reason on YouTube. But you should be able to super chat. So check it out down below, a little $sign that. Google takes 30%. If you want Google to not take 30%, then Streamlabs in the description box down below is where you want to go. if you don't mind 30% of your money going to I love Google. China. Google. China, Google, China. China is great. They have developed the first vaccine. 30,000 people in India will be tested. The United Emirates will also have 30,000 vaccinations by the end of the week, and they've been doing well. Clinical trials show a positive result, no bad affections to the new coronavirus antivirus vaccine that is going on. They're doing it the old-fashioned Chinese way, the way in which they introduce the vaccine to your body using a live, living version of the virus that has been retarded so that it is unable to reproduce and regrow in your body, but your body will 100% accurately identify the single... I'm sorry. Jacob, where am I? I only played a donation.
What else we got?
We're here for the fans.
A little bit of the bubbly. That's it. That's it.
The goon, everybody! Look at that!
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Might be unpopular opinion, but I'm really feeling Will Hobbs. Guy has charisma and is definitely their answer to Keith Lee. Salutations, motherfucker. From 206 running wild tonight.
Salutations. Listen, I think somebody said this earlier. They were like, oh, it's sad because it's AEW's answer to Keith Lee or something like that. It's not even that, because we saw him a few weeks ago, right? I think we saw him, the first time I saw him was at the AEW Battle Royal, I think, or the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he was in the Battle Royal.
So
he's been on Dark a lot too. I don't know if you've
right.
seen him on there, but
Once.
He's been really entertaining on Dark.
Yeah, so like this guy, to me, we saw him, and that was really the first time I thought about him. I'd seen him one other time, but I don't know why it didn't click with me, but it clicked with me during All Out. And I said out loud, Mike, I'd hire that. That guy's signed. I would sign that guy. I think I said that night. I would sign that guy. And so I never thought like, oh, he's our Keith Lee. I never even thought that. I mean, I just thought that guy looks damn good. Now, I did say, and look, he's dressed the way Keith Lee should be dressed instead of dressed like an idiot. I think Hobbs, the difference, though, is that Hobbs has more fire. He's got more fire on the promo and intensity. I don't know if he has the presence that, Keith Lee has, but he does have this fire and this excitability about him, and I think that's going to make him more relatable over on the AEW brand. So I think that they...
Look at how strongly they gave him of an introduction tonight, coming out with the chair, being the savior to Moxley of all people. Like, that was a big hoorah. And then Moxley gave him this, big introduction as well on the mic. So the commentators were hyping him up. And then now that he's going to be teaming with Darby Allin and Jon Moxley, that's an instant, top level push for you. So let's see where it goes. But I like him.
Yeah,
it's certainly interesting. We should actually, I know it's later on, but we'll talk about that segment really quick. I like this segment a lot. Worked really well. Lance Archer coming out, always got to attack somebody. Jake speaking for him worked really well. Said if he's going to work with the devil, it'll be the Tasmanian one.
By the way,
that line.
By the way, Lance's the first part of his promo where he spoke, I thought he was good, and then the second part he ruined it again in the second half of it.
You think? I didn't think it was as bad.
It wasn't.
I didn't like it as much as the first. But.
It wasn't as bad, but the last comment he said something like "We're looking around first," and I was like, "Oh no!" Like there he goes. Like his first part where he said, I don't know what he said actually anymore. I forget, but whatever he said at the beginning when Lance started speaking. By the way, Jake is going to get sued by Pink Floyd. He just went out there and started reiterating Pink Floyd lyrics, but. But no, so Lance gets on the mic and he sounds great, and then he sort of the last 3 words or last sentence he said, I went, ugh. But whatever, it wasn't as bad as his other ones, but but the first half was the best one that he's cut, and then the last sentence was like, oh, like who fucking
dropped off.
It's almost like it's almost like kind of like how Braun Strowman does. I made fun of it on Monday. I said, Braun Strowman had all those weird one-liners during his promo. Let me in because I'm a house of fire, or like I'm gonna tattoo someone's face to the pavement, or I'm gonna walk a war path through. And he just has all these stupid things that he says that somebody wrote. Yeah. Lance Archer kind of does that. He sort of like he started off normal and then he finished it off with something that I felt was pre-written, and I think that's what it is.
Steven, I get that.
Yeah. Go watch it. Somebody tell me what it was if you want, but it's something off. But either way, whatever. It wasn't. It was one of his best promos, I guess.
My favorite part about this entire segment is the fact that they made it logical. The heels aren't just together because they're bad guys. Taz wants something. He wants a title shot when Lance Archer gets the belt. He said Brian Cage is going to get the first title shot, and they agreed on it. Happy to do business with you. That makes so much sense. It works. It's not convoluted. It's not complicated. I want something. You're going to have something. I'll help you get something so I benefit from it. Quid pro quo. Why can't they figure this out on Raw? Why can't they figure this out on SmackDown? Why is this such a hard concept to have your motivations for your characters be explained in a promo, in a segment, in a match, whatever it may be.
So let's compare it. So I'm trying to think of how different it is from Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax then, because that's kind of what that is.
They want to be together, what? Because they hate each other. There's a mutual agreement. Yeah, it kind of works. That's
well, I think they had a mutual enemy at the time, and they wanted to win the belts. So they were like, all right, let's join together, even though I don't like you.
I'm thinking more along the lines of the Hurt Locker and
okay.
Cedric,
because otherwise I was going to say they honestly, your case you're making, they did do it. They did do this.
Yeah, they did with Baszler, and that felt.
This was more straightforward because they used words like business and things like that. Like, listen, I care about making money. You care about making money. I don't like you, but let's make money. Let's hurt somebody. And also forgive me, guys, my tooth is still jacked up. I was at the dentist for 3 hours, and it wasn't until 30 minutes into the procedure on my tooth and my face that I heard the dentist go, achoo, and start coughing. My dentist coughed. My dentist coughed like 15 times. He sneezed 6 times, I think. And during the entire procedure, he was like, hand me the A3 ventricle. Okay, there you go. And I was like, dude, you're fucking sick. You're fucking sick. You guys took my temperature. They made me do all this crazy shit coming in there and took my temperature. I'm like, are you going to take your temperature? Like, so, dude.
Of course not. It's his practice.
If I get COVID, dude, like, you know where it came from, all right? My wife's going to release the practice because the guy, I was like, this guy should not be working. Then another person came in after me, and I went, oh, my God, dude, you could have fucking COVID. But no, what the fuck was I going to say? There was one last thing to say, and I literally just interrupted myself because I've got ADD. But no.
Andale Peasy said that Lance said, the enemy of my enemy is a friend. That was the line you were looking for,
That might have been part of it. That was the closing line, and there was one before that, too, where you said something about looking around for the wolves or something, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? You look like a fruitcake with your goddamn fucking Peter Pan hair. Like, I don't know. I just can't take Lance that serious. But yeah, I just think, the business side of things, I like that involvement. I thought that was interesting. Parking lot fight was 2019. They said scam cartoons. I think everybody liked the parking lot fight, though, man. That was really a hit tonight, no doubt about it, for all of us.
Yeah, I thought that was standout of the night.
If this show was a 6 out of 10, which I thought it was kind of a 6.5, maybe 6 out of 10, and then that parking lot fight, man, I don't know, bro. I might go 7.5 tonight because that really brought my spirits up. And there's more to get to. I'll let Jake go back to where we were because I bounced around.
Yeah, we'll kind of start off in the beginning because we talked about the Young Bucks. I just thought it was really cringy, and you didn't hate it as much as I did, but it's not like it ruined the show for me. But it's just one of those things where you're like, again, that's kind of my attitude with that. Really like the tag team champions going against Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. They had a pretty competitive match here. And I like that they had Jungle Boy constantly pulling out, every pitting combination that he knew to try and get the job done. I thought that was, rather interesting and a good tactic to have. They tried to divide and conquer, but unfortunately at the end, the teamwork of FTR and Tully were able to cheat and all hold down, who was it, Jungle Boy for the pin?
Yeah.
So, still really good match. It was an interesting situation too, and not how I thought it was going to end, which made me enjoy the match even more. It wasn't a clean finish, but it was a good finish when I expected to have either a time limit draw or some type of disqualification, because FTR haven't lost yet. And it was interesting how they offered to put the belts on the line. If Jungle Boy, had happened to win this match, they would let Jungle Express go ahead and have a chance at the titles. So I said, oh, crap, that's what's going to happen. They're going to find a way to lose, but not lose. And this way, next week, we'll get the title match. And they, subverted my expectations with that. That's not what we got. And we got some pretty intelligent booking. I like the outcome of this. And you're going to keep FTR on top. And whoever is a team that can overcome their cheating antics, it's really going to put them over. So,
yeah, Eddie Kingston, hilarious on the mic. Again, I love this guy. One of the reasons why Eddie Kingston is so hot on the mic and so believable is because he doesn't play fucking video games, or at least we don't know he does. That's why Eddie Kingston is so goddamn good, because the guy comes out and goes, fucking this and that.
Unrestricted podcast or whatever it's called, the one that Tony Schiavone hosts with the female referee.
Aubrey Edwards, yeah.
There we go. Thank you. She went ahead and, they had Eddie on. It was a great listen. Really great. If anybody
did you hear him on Talk Is Jericho?
No, I didn't get to hear that one.
Oh,
yet,
that's really good.
That's even better, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's really good. You wish they went another hour.
Oh, absolutely. That'll be that's on my list of things to listen to. But
yeah,
just on here, he lets it all out. The reason his promos work because anytime he talks about himself, he says, "I'm shooting. I mean it." This way I can psych myself up and build myself into that mindset that I need to deliver. Anything I say about myself is the truth. Now it might be a shoot, and a work when I talk about somebody else, but he makes it funny. But the point is, he speaks the truth. When he said that he had to sell his wrestling gear because of the pandemic, he wasn't lying. He sold all of his stuff because he was short on change and needed money. When they offered him to come to AEW, his first question was, "That's great, but how much am I getting paid?" And he said, at this age and this point in time, you need to know about. It just made me like him even more, and it really, these type of character-driven motivations is what makes you view these people as larger than life. And I feel like they can really make something with him if they keep investing in him and letting him talk on the mic as much as they are.
He's legit. That's why he doesn't play video games and talk about video games, because he's a guy from like the street type of deal. He doesn't, he's a guy who doesn't even love these technology things. He's our age, he's our age too. That's the thing. And that's why
he's 39.
Yeah, he's older than. Yeah, and that's why he comes off authentic, because he don't fucking know. All these other guys, I'm going to promote this dude. Miro comes out there looking like a goddamn... That's why they had him lifting weights tonight, because they realized that he looked like a fucking goof last week when he debuted coming out dressed like a video game nerd. He came out there
38.
dressed. Oh, okay, yeah, he's close. I'm 36. He came out there dressed like a video game, like a hobo. Miro comes out there.
Clothes were actually very, very, very expensive.
Really?
Yeah, come to find out, I was listening. Somebody sent me a clip of Cornette.
Well, he looks like an idiot.
And apparently, that's like a Gucci pants, Gucci, Mickey Mouse crossover T-shirt, and the pants were like $1,400. The shirt was a couple $100. All of that stuff was very expensive. The shoes that he had on were very, very expensive. So I mean,
Miro,
that's the look.
Are you serious? Miro, are you watching this? Miro, look at me right now. Miro, look at my face. Miro, you got your phone, camera, put it right near your eyeballs. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. All right. So whatever. He's a gamer, and then so tonight he's pumping iron. Tonight he's lifting weights and he's going. So they try to make him look like, no, I'm a man. I'll beat somebody up. But really generic, bad promo. I don't think he's looking so hot right now. But real quick, backing it up to Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston taking shots at WWE, which normally we all roll our eyes at. I thought it was hilarious. He was like, "In your face, in your face." Now that's in your face. And I was fucking laughing.
I don't like the direct jabs. I thought that was funny because it's somebody that you like. No, because it was an intelligent, actual knock. It was subtle.
Yeah, it was funny, dude. I didn't even notice it at first. First, I was actually
it didn't click in my head as something that's why. Well,
first I was laughing because he was saying in your face, because he was mocking them. So I was actually laughing at him mocking them. And I'm like, that's funny. He's mocking them. He goes, "Pink hair. Yo, pink hair, you're next. In your face. In your face." Then he's like, now that's in your face. And when he said that, I went, oh, wait. He's fucking saying in your face because of Raw in your face. And I started laughing, dude. And I don't know why, man, but that was hilarious. Only because he did it. If anybody else had done it.
Called him for an offer.
Yeah.
He went out and and talking about this. We mentioned this weeks ago when it actually happened, but he went further into detail saying how they made him an offer, and he knew that his mom said he would be miserable in WWE.
Yeah,
he'd get fired in 3 weeks if
if
not for himself.
Leah said that to me. She goes, "Are you sure?" when they were talking, when WWE was, or NXT was talking to me. I was like, she's like, are you sure you're gonna you're gonna hate that, aren't you? I'm like, what? No. But no, he's right. He would have fucking flipped out probably. So because he keeps it real, he super keeps it real. But no, dude, that was really funny shit, bro. That killed me. So great job, Eddie. And then Miro, dude, I had this idea for Miro. What Miro should have done was Miro should have came out, showed up, talked about how he hurts people, and he wants to make money. I'm Miro, and I'm here in the AEW, and I want to hurt people, and no longer will I be held back. I'm going to be able to make money in this company, and I'm going to be able to hurt people. In other places, they held me back so I couldn't hurt people, and hurting people leads to making money, which is what I love doing, and I'm going to be your best man, and I'm going to be the best at hurting people every week on AEW television. And then he should have said, and I can't wait to unveil my special secret weapon. But I'll tell you the name of it. It's called the Torpedo. And you'll never see it coming. And then every week he talks about how he's going to hit somebody with the torpedo. And then he does the torpedo finally in 3 weeks. Everybody's talking about the torpedo. He does this fucking, it's a springboard back elbow or a springboard spear or just a spear, whatever. You know, and it's like, torpedo! Miro with a torpedo! And it's just fucking, and then you go, dude, we're going to make it the most insane spear you've ever seen, dude. He's going to have the most insane spear, and he's going to spear the guy, and after he hits him with the torpedo, he's going to put him in the fucking Rusev lock or whatever the fuck it is. Well, no, wasn't the Rusev's finisher, it's just the camel clutch, right? So
yeah, he was doing the camel clutch.
So maybe call it something else. I don't know. So that's
and the mantra kick there too, right?
Yes.
Wasn't that another one of his?
Yes, yeah. So you could do that like for a setup. The torpedo sets up the submission, and he just comes out and just finishes somebody.
You spear him to the ground, and that sets him up for the. Yeah, that's perfect.
Right. Yeah, and he talks about himself in the third person. He doesn't mention the fucking video game channels. He just talks about Miro wants to hurt people, and Miro likes to make money. You know, and Miro's missus likes when I make money too. Like, and he talks about Lana, like all these things, bro. Like, just make this guy be like, invite him into people's. Instead, it's like, come and check out my Twitch channel, and I'll be your best friend. And you know, the brass ring part was all right too, but anyway. But so tonight, but the weightlifting thing was really WWE like to me. Didn't it?
Yeah, WWE light. You know, that was the problem, and it just again that was pretty subpar for Miro.
Mm-hmm.
Not very confident with him. This is week. You know, what do you want to call it? Week 2. Not a good look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping. I mean, we haven't really seen him debut yet. Obviously, in the ring, that's when we'll have something to go off of. But to put him immediately into another silly wedding segment, the only thing that would redeem this for me, and as stupid as this is if he ruins the wedding. If they have him have like a PTSD flashback to weddings when he goes out there and he just destroys the wedding.
Dude, can you imagine this? Okay, what I'm about to, first of all, this is your idea, but I've already got it now in my head about how it goes.
You got it.
Second of all, this reminds me of when we said, when I was coming up with the idea, when I wanted if people don't remember this, I wanted Moxley to crash the Jericho cruise.
With a jet ski.
And I thought it would have been hilarious if Jericho was like, that son of a bitch Moxley isn't invited to my cruise and whatever else. And then all of a sudden, during the Jericho cruise episode, Jericho gets a phone call and he's like, what? He's not on the ship. I want everybody looking around to make sure he's not here, but I was guaranteed he's not here, and he won't get on this damn boat if he tries, you know? I have word that, you know, Moxley's on his way here. What, to the boat? How is he on his way here? You know, and then at some point, they're like, there he is or whatever, and Jericho's like, son of a bitch! And then they, like, Jericho pulls out like a fucking pirate telescope, and he does this and pulls it open, and there's Moxley riding a fucking jet ski, like fucking, and he's like fucking Thunder in Paradise, and he's riding the jet ski, and they zoom in on him, and he's riding, and Jericho's like oh no, and then fucking he gets on the boat, and it's a big fight. Like, dude, that would have been hilarious. But anyway, I think you're right. This would be funny. And if during the wedding, the longer the wedding goes on, Miro channels Seth Rollins during the pregnancy tag team match where Rollins was like catatonic. And so during the fucking wedding, Miro starts like getting weirder looking. And then halfway through, Miro starts just doing this like... And then, like, you know, Tony fucking Schiavone's like, Gerald, what the hell? Gerald, what in the world is Miro do? What's wrong with Miro? I don't know. Like, he looks like he's sick or something. You know, like, and he's just getting worse. And, like, you know,
slowly.
Kip's like, hey, man, are you going to be okay? Yeah, just keep going. You know, keep going. Okay, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. You know, he's, like, really fucking freaking. I think he's having some kind of a mental breakdown or something. You know, and then, I don't know, he could throw up all over the bride, and then...
Go really stupid, have somebody bring a guest, you know, the way he's like, this is have her be blonde, kind of look like Lana. Be like, this is my girlfriend, CJ, you know, her real name.
Oh, no.
Since they can't say Lana, and then just have him freak out.
Dude, like, I'm telling you,
or
like...
somebody brings out a big fish to serve food.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and he hits him with the fish. He hits him with a fish. Dave Rose style.
Yeah, just the saltfish.
Now, this would totally be ridiculous, right? Like, it would be over the top, like, stupid as hell. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Very strange.
That, but
it is.
But to put him in another wedding angle after he's dealt with just such a terrible history of nuptials and restraining orders and divorces, and it's been a disaster of relationships and back and forths. Oh my God, this poor guy. It feels like a disaster to put him just, oh, hey, by the way, you're going to come into the new company in another wedding angle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. The guy, he looks ridiculous. Like, let's just be honest. He looks ridiculous in this. But what are you going to do? But I like Miro. You know, we like him still. Let's just hope something good happens for him. And let's go ahead and play some donations here real quick. What's up, chat? Hit that like button if you guys want to. And what did you guys think of tonight's AEW? Leave the rating in the chat. Love to hear from you guys about what you guys think about tonight. Here comes $10 from the Wrestle Daily. Holy crap.
What's good? Botch Club and the Wrestle Daily. Give me your best promo yet for us.
Let me tell you something, my friend. Thank you for the $10, Botch Club and Wrestle Daily. Let me tell you something. You're a wrestling fan. Every morning you wake up and you look on Wrestle Daily and Botch Club. All the best botches in the entire world. All the best wrestling clips of the week are going down on Botch Club and the Wrestle Daily. How do I know this? 31,000 followers. Many of them include professional wrestlers. Why do professional wrestlers follow the Wrestle Daily and Botch Club on Instagram? It's real simple. Because they are super entertaining. Okay? Sometimes Botch Club and Wrestle Daily are more entertaining than the actual wrestling shows themselves. Okay? So if you're not following these guys, I don't know what the hell you're doing in life. Throwbacks, current product, whatever it is. News, commentaries, musings, botches, naughty stuff from the females and the males if you're into that. So much stuff on the Wrestle Daily and Botch Club. Guys, why aren't you following it? If you have an Instagram, you're literally ridiculous if you don't follow this. Plus news and stuff you've never seen before. It brings a smile to your face when you see the old-time stuff, too, that you maybe forgot about, okay? And the wrestlers follow this company. 24,000, 34,000 followers, plus me. They're Joe Cronin Show family. The Wrestle Daily and Botch Club, go follow them right now on Instagram because they're blowing up everywhere. And thank you for the $10, Wrestle Daily and Botch Club. Friends of mine from New England and all around. By the way, was Stu Bennett on NXT tonight again? Has he signed a contract? Have they signed him?
Because they said he's back full time. A few people said that throughout the day
You're
today.
Damn right. Good job, WWE. I mean, listen, you never should lose Nigel. Nigel should have been there. But Stu Bennett, I think he's a great sign because I love Stu Bennett on commentary. And obviously a guy that was underutilized in WWE.
At least they'll have Nigel in UK. So
yeah, Nigel will be in the UK, so that is good. And maybe they're doing that because of travel reasons. And and maybe if the
I believe
pandemic,
that's what it is.
so if the pandemic calmed down, they could come back or switch it. Maybe Nigel wanted to, just get back there, but those two guys on commentary were huge. By the way, I'll be doing commentary in New Jersey in October. More coming on that. VX Wrestling, so much more. Brian Cage in the house, and also Brian Pillman Jr. and so many more.
Damn, it's gonna be a hell of a show.
Super Chat Party.
Yo, Donnie Murdoch. Donnie Murdoch, thank you for coming in with the Super Chat party, my friend. Much appreciated. And I love you, buddy. I was kidding last week, obviously. You know me with the comedy stuff. So, Donnie Murdoch, you sex beast. Thank you.
When I tell you to die, it means I love you.
Yeah, I didn't say
Everybody
that.
knows that.
I didn't say that. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm gonna die before you. I'm 36. I mean, dude.
I don't know.
I was
in this world. You're gonna live forever,
dude. I've got 3 kids. My daughter today, when she got done with school online, we ran around the block, dude. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack today. I gotta get back out running again.
I gotta get my ass
ever
outside.
since I got out of the ring, I've been a lump of shit. All right, so I mean, dude, even when I was a referee, you still get some kind of exercise daily, but it's like there's
absolutely.
no wrestling right now.
Refs have a ton of cardio.
Yeah,
you
man.
wouldn't think so. But...
I got to get the cardio going again.
Oh,
it's the Soundwave 92.
What if they filleted us? What if they killed us and ate our children?
Do you guys realize what would happen if the fucking turkeys, if the goddamn turkeys ate us?
Do you know what would happen?
If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, well, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butts. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us?
Go ahead and fucking eat me!
What if the turkeys ate us?
Fuck you, Sean Ross Sapp, you Cyclops motherfucker!
What if they ate our fucking nuts? What if the turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes? Instead the turkeys ate us.
Wow, that ending with Sue giving the middle finger just made my fucking night. Smiley face. Loved the fantastic opener with Adtr and Jurassic Express. Scariest moment was Trent getting thrown into the window of S.H.I.E.L.D. That street fight was unreal.
Yeah.
8-10.
8/10 from Soundwave 92.
I absolutely love the middle finger at the end as well. Can't overstate that enough. But for me, the best part was Orange Cassidy coming out of the trunk. As soon as I saw the lights blinking, that cracked me up.
I thought you were going to hate it.
Wouldn't do about that.
I thought you were going to hate it.
No, that cracked me up. I loved it. I've enjoyed him more and more and more with as time has passed. They've handled his character better.
I will admit that I popped kind of like a Darby Allin pop. I have these mini pops I do in AEW.
Yeah.
Like, it's for, like, Darby Allin. When Darby Allin comes riding down on a skateboard in Boston, I was like, yeah, like, this is exciting. He's not quite like Stone Cold showing up, but it was, like, fun. And, I didn't like what Orange Cassidy did afterwards, really, but that Superman punch was awesome because
it looked great.
Who took it? Santana? Oh, no, Ortiz took it, I think. Or I forget now, but either way, he sold the shit out of it, and it looked awesome. He hit him, and he fucking sold like crazy. And it looked, dude, it was awesome. I'm sorry, but at the same time, everything after that, I kind of went, oh, the Orange Cassidy thing went a little, but
he took out Santana.
Okay, so it was. There are going to be some people that really are put off by him showing up, or like, oh, that ruined it, or whatever. It didn't ruin it for me. It did dial it back a little bit, but the punch was great. So I liked that.
Yeah, the Superman punch looked awesome, and then he hands him off, and then they do the pile driver on the hood of the car. So that was even, I was like, oh, wow. Then they do the same thing to go through the board that was on the back of the truck.
The good guys did have to use an extra guy to win, and he was going to be hit with a lead pipe. So,
Saved him from brain damage.
Yeah, I mean, that was the point. Like, wow, all right, this has gone too far, and now he
Even
comes
the
out.
commentary, yeah, because like you said, going too far. Not to cut you off, but it's great because I think it was JR that said, "Oh, even the referee can't stop this match," because somebody said, "Oh, the ref looks like he wants to call it." And they're like, "No, the ref can't stop. That's in the rules. Pinfall, submission, or you have to say you quit." And I was like, "Yes, that's great. Don't let the ref stop it. Don't do that."
You want to gamble on why Nick Aldis blocked me?
I was shocked when I saw that because looking through what you didn't say anything that was
so
warranting being blocked.
What happened is weird. What happened was I'd reached out to tons of people, from Nick Aldis to Mike Bennett to everybody, right? Like all kinds of people. Like, hey guys, like nobody really knows about what you're doing. Like some people do, but a lot of people don't. Come promote the deal, man. Come talk about it. Go everywhere and talk about it, but come on my show and talk about it. And let's plug it all week and whatever. Maybe I can react, all these things. Nobody answered me. Nobody at all. And of course, I saw them fucking promoting Wrestle Days like crazy because they have some gay fucking they're just fucking hard for them. Like they're like, oh man, Wrestle Days, they're the only people that exist. And it's like, dude, why don't you go to every YouTuber and fucking promote this? And anyway, they had problems last night with the pay-per-view, I guess, a little bit and stuff like that. And so I tweeted in response to something that Aldis had said. I said something like, yeah, I was like, I don't even know if they know all they care about is fucking WrestleCock or whatever they are. So I was being sarcastic kind of, and that was it, man. That was what got me blocked by Nick Aldis.
That's enough to get you blocked now.
Isn't that funny, dude? Again, like how dumb are you that like there is so many platforms to promote your show? Like, I mean, not just me. I'm talking about anybody. They didn't promote with damn near anybody.
I didn't know the show was going on last night. I thought it was next week.
All you have to do is look at the people who are reviewing wrestling every week. Between me and like at least 10 other people. You know what I mean? You're talking about 300,000 people that you didn't tell about this. All because why? What, you didn't want to call 6 different podcasts during a whole week? You didn't want to do press all over the place? Instead, you like did it at like your favorite 2 little places and then left it for social media. Why wouldn't you promote this everywhere? Everywhere. Hey, dude, You got 20 minutes to talk? Anybody like want to talk about this? Because nobody knows about it.
Nobody was talking about it whatsoever. And we have people that are, diehard wrestling fans that go nuts for everything. There was no chatter about this last night. And especially with Bennett coming in, I figured it'd be a big deal. And it was quiet. And then the few that they did have watching had not a little bit, but a lot of problems, I guess.
Yeah.
The feed was out for multiple minutes at a time and then wouldn't come back, and people couldn't get things to load, and then it ended with it was a disaster, I guess.
And listen, that part of it, like I don't even blame any of that's like, listen, all right, the stream didn't work out. Fine, whatever. But it's gonna.
Yeah, everybody has technical problems.
But it's gonna come up, so you're gonna see it. If you paid for it, you're gonna be able to see it. You know what I mean? It's just right now the stream isn't working, so obviously people can say like, hey, it sucks, it's not working, but hopefully they'll upload it so I can watch it. But some people were like vicious, and so I thought like, I didn't agree with the fans who were vicious to them because I thought they put a lot of work in all these things. The one thing that I just thought that they failed on was the media coverage. I feel like they didn't do their best job to promote this everywhere. Like, even if you would come on my show, maybe I would have gotten between 2 to 5 to 10,000 views. But that helps you. I mean, if you go on somebody else's show, you might have gotten 50,000 views. If you went on another guy's show, they might have gotten 500 views. But no matter what, it doesn't matter whether somebody's show has 100 viewers or 1,000 viewers or 10,000 viewers or 50,000 viewers. It's like every time you sell it or you talk about it, there's a potential that 1 to 2% of that audience is going to maybe buy it. What the hell are you doing not promoting this everywhere? I never understood that. So that was my grievance this morning. I was so angry this morning that I was like, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to just be a dickhead. And that's
it was entertaining though.
Yeah. I mean, I was like a cold, bitter son of a bitch on that video this morning, dude.
It was that side of you we haven't seen in quite some time.
Pretty funny, man.
It was enjoyable.
Pretty pussy move. What's funny is I maybe it was I don't know. I mean, I was talking about Mickie James on Raw. Maybe he got mad at that. But I mean, I think I said Mickie James was hot or something.
Yeah, we were defending her, and how she deserved better previously, and
maybe that's what it was.
God knows.
I don't know, bro. But Nick Aldis is 10 pounds of boring. I'll tell you that. Anyway, what else we got from tonight?
Let's see here, because we only really discussed the first match and the main event, through. So second up, we had Hangman Adam Page, Frank Kazarian. As I said before, really, really strong match here. And this didn't have it had its high spots, but it was spaced enough apart that the near falls felt just like that. I mean, the crowd added something special to this match, hearing them again and being so loud and raucous throughout this entire match. Multiple "this is awesome" chants. It brought some type of nostalgia back that I haven't felt since pre-COVID times. So
yeah,
hearing the fans in unison, chanting while we go ahead and we see a really good match. It was just a good feeling.
If
nostalgia aside, it also helped that it was an excellent match, and I like the story that they're telling with Adam Page. So
yeah, pretty good stuff. And I'm not the biggest guy on that, so it's pretty decent stuff from Adam Page. So I like it.
I care less about Kenny, and Kenny, as we said, was a detractor from this segment, unfortunately. And he didn't even walk away angry. Some people made note of that in the chat earlier as well. He just kind of shuffled off. It's like he seems so blasé. You want him to be more amped.
He was thinking about going to play a video game.
Yeah, it's just so boring.
He wants to go play a video game. He's a dork. And so get him. I mean, I'm a dork, but at least dude, I'm less of a dork than Kenny.
But you're not on TV. That's the difference.
Kenny is an amazing wrestler. Get him out there wrestling. Joey Janela match, all those things that he had back in. I mean, dude, get Kenny out there in these big matches and have him. I don't know. He just doesn't. I never liked his promos. Like going back, people used to be like, Omega, Kenny Omega, Joe, you go to New Japan. Oh my God, he's crazy. And then I remember watching his promos, and he'd be like, and then he'd be like, and then he'd be like, good night, like whatever. I'd be like, what the hell? Why do people like this guy? But then his matches were great, so I was like, all right, I really love the matches. The theater aspect is pretty good with him. I like it. I know Jim Cornette makes fun of his little fairy moves and things like that, but I don't mind it. It's character to me. But his promos is where it's just like. What
are you doing?
Dude, I don't know. That guy would kill me in the ring. I'd undress him on a microphone.
Some of his promos back in the day weren't bad, but when I go back and rewatch it, it's like maybe because people were younger and you got into a frenzy for it because he was swearing and the Bullet Club, and maybe it wasn't as good as we originally thought, or at least I originally thought.
And you really were a son of a bitch. But tonight, Kenny Omega annihilated you.
He actually talked like that kind of, and it was weird.
He and Jericho did well with their promos back and forth. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. But what is this? He's lost.
And that was in New Japan, of course. So
I like Kenny though. I want to make it I like the guy. I really like the guy. As he's just that microphone thing is missing, and the best way to the best thing to do is not show that. Hide that. Almost hide his goddamn commentary. Hide his talking. Why is he on commentary?
Because he wants to be.
That or Tony wants him there, and Tony thinks it's a good idea for some reason. I don't know.
They keep having him talk, so they must see something there. Or he wants to, because if he said, I want to talk, they're going to let him.
Why did you put me on commentary tonight? Yeah, I'll do that. All right, cool. Hey, want to play Double Dragon 98 after this? That'd be awesome, dude. Oh my God, man. So I was swinging the thing, and yeah, I kicked him up, down, left, right, and then BB. Dude, every time I got him. Every time. It was crazy. But yeah, man, they're giving me an award for best gamer of the year in Tokyo. Best American gamer of the year. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'm super excited. Just really cool. And yeah, I'll, if you come, we'll get the Bucks to come. We'll just fly out there real quick, and then we'll come back. And it'll be it's that's how what the fuck are you doing, bro? Are you a wrestler? I'm sorry, dude. This video game shit has to go everywhere.
And you hear someone like MJF speak, and it's damn, night and day.
Yeah, you know, does MJF going oh, I'm gonna play video games? No. You would, if you said if you were like on TV going like, yo, we're going to be playing Battlefield 78 in the back tonight. You want to join us? MJF would be like, no, I fuck girls. Like, dude, like that, you're like, that guy's awesome. Like, that's awesome. Like, even if you play video games, you probably are a nerd. But this guy goes, no, man, I fuck girls. Like, that's hilarious. Like, I'd like that guy. Like, that's the problem. These guys are all fucking like, oh, I want to play a fucking video game. Stop it.
Well, what you gonna do, brother? Because what I was doing, dude, was I was playing Ultimo Fire 7, and I was like, dude, we're gonna go in the back. We're all gonna play Ultimate. Come check out the Twitch channel. What you gonna do when Hulkamania Twitch runs wild on you?
Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Stop it. Stop it. Brandy has one. Everybody has one. Just good God damn it. Best American gamer. That was fucking weird.
And AEW they did go ahead and they trademarked for their video games, licenses and stuff like that. So something's coming.
Some video
obviously
game
we knew
coming.
that already, but we knew they were going to have a video game, obviously. But
yeah,
now it's a work in progress.
Good for you, AEW. Good for you.
Yeah,
now you're.
MJF was out there with Wardlow for about a 10-second match, I think, with Shawn Dean. Put him in the armbar submission for the win there. That was over super quick, faster than it began. It was just to go ahead and showcase MJF quickly and give him a chance to talk on the mic. He cut a good promo here, and he said that it seems like you have to be part of a stable or a faction to get ahead.
Uh-huh.
So kind of makes me wonder if he's going to be starting a stable of his own. Kind of sounded like what he was going
Yeah,
at,
it did, and I started being like, oh, no.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. Because I was not a fan of the... I like the idea of his first presidential promo, but I didn't like the clique that he had following around with him. It didn't work. He should be on his own just with Wardlow.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should just be with Wardlow. He works just fine like that. I want the Shawn Michaels and bodyguard gimmick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just keep this the way it is. Yeah, I started being like, oh, no faction.
Yeah, no, please no.
And
then we had Eddie Kingston come out.
I want MJF to cut a promo on the video game stuff too. I want to be like, I don't play video games. I don't play video games. You're back there like what I'm doing. I want MJF to do that. Like you're back there, all these guys. That's why the Young Bucks are all messed up. They're super kicking refs and shit because like, oh, I'm playing a game. They don't know what they're lost in video game world, bro. I'm in the real world where I bang women. I got a ring that's worth more than your life. I have a bodyguard who could beat anybody up that you know. I'm so much a real man than you, and yet I'm younger. But that's how immature most of you guys are, and that's why Kenny, you've been nothing mostly but a failure in this company. If it wasn't for Hangman Page, you would have never been tag champion because you're a dork. Just go play video games, man. Go win a tournament somewhere or like a nerd bag cup or whatever you do. And same thing with you, Young Bucks, and every other guy back there. Miro, congratulations for showing up and plugging your Twitch channel. Nobody cares. You oaf, you idiot. You'll never do anything here either. And you know what? Does Jericho play video games? Nah, that's why he was the AEW World Champion. Does Jon Moxley play video games? No, that's why he was WWE or the AEW Champion. And guess what? MJF don't play games either. That's why I got a ring that's worth more than your life. And that's why I bang women every night. You suck. Like, it's like this guy could just nail them all on this stuff. Every single one of them. But it's just so shitty, dude. I can't stop thinking about it. And I went on a rant about it. And then I was listening to Jim Cornette the other day. And he cut a promo on it. And I was like smiling. Because it was exactly what I was saying. And he was saying the same thing. They all play video games. And I'm like, that's so funny. Like other people are starting to realize this. That these wrestlers are fucking... I'm sorry. I don't care if everybody knows it's everybody knows it's a work now. The business is exposed. I don't care. The perception still is there. You're playing like you just they're playing to their demographic or they're playing to the yeah sure 30% of the crowd might like it's cool they play games yeah but you know what most other people don't think it's cool or they go what or it just is off. Something is off about it. And listen, I'll play video games. I'll be 80 playing video games if I can. I'll be 80. If I'm in a fucking hospital bed and I have a laptop or whatever they have then, they're probably fucking virtual shit then, so I can do this and play. I can probably play virtually by strapping something to my two fingers where I can fucking type on a virtual keyboard and have like a mouse, I could probably play like fucking Diablo virtual. Like, hey, remember a game called Diablo 3 from 2012? Well, the year 2038, and we have the game again on Visual Tech. And you put Visual Tech on, and you just use your fingers and hit the virtual buttons, and you're laying in your hospital bed like, oh, I've got cold, oh, I've got fucking cancer, but oh, I got a legendary. This is great. Like, I'll fucking be doing that when I'm 80. I'll be on fucking PCP and crack. Like, I mean, dude, like, so listen, I'm not hating. I'm just saying there's a perception with wrestlers, to me, that it just doesn't seem to work out too well for them. Maybe the New Day gets away with it because they're kind of, like, funny anyway. But if you're trying to be serious, I don't know why, but the video game thing just don't work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just sounds ridiculous.
They're dorks.
And we love video games. No doubt about it.
Love
but
them.
It's different when you're in that position. So
I feel like I could fuck you up at the bar. Like that I should not feel like that.
you shouldn't have that. And it's not all about size either. It's how you present yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
You can have smaller guys feel intimidating. So
I'm not scared of Kenny Omega, and he's a very in shape, strong guy probably. But I'm just not scared of you. Now that
should be, but you're not.
Yeah,
that's
now that may be my downfall. I may lose a fight against Kenny Omega, but I'm not scared to fight Kenny Omega. Like I'm not thinking I'm scared. Like if he got mad at me in an indie event, and I mean I like Kenny Omega, so I wouldn't want to fight him, but I'm not scared. I'm not scared to fight him. But you know who I am kind of like? Ooh, like that guy's. I don't know about that guy. Eddie fucking Kingston. Eddie Kingston makes me think that guy looks like he's tough. Like he could fuck somebody up. Like he's even said it like, if you got a problem, maybe we'll step outside and then we'll figure it out and whatever happens. I'm like, oh, like he seems like a man.
He seems like you got one punch and that's it.
Yes.
And if you don't take him out in that one punch, you're done.
That's Eddie King. Eddie
probably
King.
Not going to be enough.
Even Cage. I kind of feel like Cage. You know, that guy's pretty big, and that guy looks like he might kick my ass. I'm not even scared. I'm kind of not scared of Lance Archer. I should be. The guy would probably kill me, but I'm not really that scared of Lance Archer because he looks like a little fucking rooster. So like, and
Lewis said Kenny would just hump you. So
yeah, Kenny would probably try to hump me, especially if I shaved my face and looked more like a boy. Go ahead with the whatever. What else you got, Jake? Oh wait, let me play a donation. Hold on a minute.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
I love Kenny though. I'm sorry, Kenny.
Look at this stuff. Oh,
Kenny Omega,
a
baby.
little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Hit the Omega donation.
Owen Shotzi had a hell of a match on NXT. Blackheart is someone I can see Vince liking. Incoming more fan of hers.
Shotzi, yeah, she's all right, you know. But I don't know. In the ring, it's nothing crazy to me. But maybe she did something tonight that was good. I'll check it out for sure. Alexa's sweet ass. Thank you for the $3, man. Scared of Santana and Ortiz. Yeah, Santana and Ortiz kind of. I'd be worried about fighting those guys.
What else we got?
You know?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Listen to me, you clown. I am not gonna tolerate you talking negative about me. You got in my face at an event with your friend and recorded me giving you a verbal lesson on respect. Now shut up or come at me like a man.
Fuck off.
I will shell shock you up in MAF off.
Shell shocked. Ryback, finish it.
Go ahead, Ryback, you son of a bitch. You told me to be positive and told me you wanted me to die the next day. You roid raging asshole. Ryback. F you, Ryback. Suck it. Come up to Mass. You want to spike your head off the canvas, you bald idiot.
Thank you. Show my meme about the free version of Network. I promise you won't get flagged on YouTube. It's my second to last post.
Oh, yeah. Botch Club, thank you, man. I'll check it out.
You want to finish it?
I can't really do Ryback because my tooth is killing me still.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but it's just it's fucked up, dude. They stuck me like 9 times with Novocaine. It took 3 hours. 3 hour root canal.
At the villain, congratulations on becoming a fart mark with that comment.
Hell yeah, baby. Botch Club, thank you for the 316. Botch Club on Instagram. They're our buddies. They've got botches every single day on Instagram. Go check it out. You're gonna like it. If that is really Ryback, fuck you, pussy, because you blocked me everywhere and you never came on the show to talk about it. So, and listen, I'll talk about it privately on a Skype call if you want. Hit me up, Ryback. I'll bury the hatchet with you.
I'll drink your sweat.
I'll drink your sweat and then spit it back
Show
in
you
your
what a real
face.
man is.
Hey Joe, I don't wanna rush you on this cause I know you've been busy recently, but I saw you uploaded Off the Rails number 4 to Patreon, but there was never an episode 3. The last one up is episode 2 from August 26th. Should we blame Drew and Jesse for this?
Thank you, Talk Spooky to Me is a better pod. The reason for that is because episode 3 was scheduled, and so wasn't episode 4. But for some reason, I accidentally scheduled episode 3 at the wrong time, so it never uploaded. It's going to upload next week. But no, I'm going to fix
What else
it.
we
It will
got?
be up
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
maybe tonight.
Some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Good show tonight. I have a question. I heard Welch talk last week and I was thinking, is autism a white disease, and why does he simp to the 250-pound porker hillbilly whore Amanda?
Oh my God.
Don't finish it.
Yeah, there's
You
lots
ridiculous piece of shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of autist white people. Yeah, that's definitely true. That is true. You know, I put a Bullfrog song up on Patreon if you guys haven't downloaded it. Yo, Dave Rose, what do you think about that?
I love
Every
the
time.
dick.
Yeah, do you? What is that? What is that, Jay?
I love the dick.
Oh, okay, all right. As long as somebody likes it, you know, somebody's got to love it. You know, JD, someone's got to love it.
I love the dick.
All right, relax. All right,
I
relax.
knew it. I knew it.
God damn it. Yeah, you knew it. See, you called it.
I love
Called
the
it.
dick. I love the dick.
All right, that's enough.
Telling me to go get a piece of fruit. That's why.
Yeah, that's what you get. What else? Anything wrap up on AEW tonight? I mean, what a street fight, guys.
Yeah. Chris Jericho, Jake Hager team up. We believe they attacked Matt Hardy beforehand. That I didn't care for. Let's have Matt Hardy be injured again after really being injured 2 weeks ago.
Right? I thought that was
What
fun. Dude, that
was
was
the point of
funny.
Just have Private Party be like, we got this. And then he doesn't have to come out with you if that's really your issue.
I didn't mind it though, because it was like, okay, you know,
It was one of those like, you can't escape it, you know, moments.
you know, Jericho's they're trying to establish their badass tag team, so they take out the tag team's mentor, like it was a, you know, Karate Kid type of thing, you know, in the backstage.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind
It just
it.
didn't work great, especially because Private Party isn't going to go over.
It was a cheap
So
little thing. Like just
You know, how much more heat did Jericho and Hager need already? And especially because they made it a surprise attack, so you don't know that it's them per se that attacked Matt Hardy. So
right.
You assume it's them. It's pretty obvious, but it was a decent match. You know, there was a few spots like the Hurricane Rana looked really sloppy and things like that, and then Jericho started to slow down towards the end. I know he was trying to make it like, you know, he's selling a bit of his back, but I don't know. The end started to slow down. The teams just seemed like they weren't clashing as well. Jericho ends up getting the Judas Effect elbow and then pins Cassidy. And after the match, you know, he puts him in the walls and they just, you know, take everybody out. Hager pulls Jericho out of the ring after eating the Pele kick. So, you know, they only get a little bit of beatdown afterwards. It wasn't okay. It was an entertaining match, but it got a little less entertaining as it went on.
Right.
Thunder Rosa, Ivelisse, that was a really good match. I like this. I'm glad that Thunder Rosa is still defending the NWA Women's Championship.
Ivelisse, though, there was criticism in the chat, and I saw it too. Ivelisse is a little bit
she seemed like she
softer.
Ivelisse to me is better in tag matches. That's why I think next week will be a much better match.
Well, she also seemed more fiery in Lucha Underground. She's a little softer right now than I've ever.
Is she? Because yeah, I mean, I'm trying. I can't really recall to much of Lucha. So
it was good though. I liked it. Again, Thunder Rosa. I think Thunder Rosa in there against almost anybody is going to make things better. And by the way, I like the match. It was all right.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't
then-
mind blowing by any means, but they had some good moments together.
Yeah, and then it got better to the end too. It's a match that did get better as it went on. And then Shida at the end showing up. I like the whole, top. They're obviously setting up some kind of tag match here.
Yeah, that's going to happen next week. They announced it, so we're going to get
okay.
Shida and Thunder Rosa taking on Ivelisse and Diamante.
All right. Okay. Well.
Yeah, so that's going to be huge in that sense. Thunder Rosa also said that next week on the 22nd, she's going to be facing Priscilla Kelly, defending the NWA Women's Championship on pay-per-view for NWA's Primetime Live. So as much as we're not for NWA, we do love Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be fun, man. I
support her, not NWA.
yeah, I kind of went on a rant about NWA. I'm just being a prick. I just think
you get blocked, and it's especially when something I don't have my big account anymore. I don't have a check mark. People think is this just some troll guy? So I get it. Whatever. I'm just kind of messing around. It's just kind of like I'm playing I'm gonna play the bad guy. You want me to be the bad guy? The wrestlers want me to be the bad guy. Promotions obviously. I mean, I'm getting to be 36. I'll play the bad guy. I've been pretty nice over the years, somewhat. But I'll be the bad guy, bro. I'll go after you. Let's play. You want to dance, Nick Aldis? You want to dance with that NWA championship that's damn near worthless over your shoulder? All right. You want to play, Nick Aldis? You got it, bro. It's on, bitch. It's next
on.
Week, Chris Jericho will appear live. Then we're getting that 6-man tag match, which I'm really excited for. Tonight sold me. We got Moxley, Hobbs, and Darby Allin taking on Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks. I think that's going to be exciting. Then they also announced Mr. Brody Lee, from the Dark Order, is going to take on Orange Cassidy in a TNT Championship match. Not sure how that's going to go, so that's interesting.
What?
And then we also mentioned Shida and Thunder Rosa taking on Diamante and Ivelisse in a tag match, so that'll be good. There's a lot of build up for next week's show.
Yeah, what's funny is halfway through the show we were saying, hey, this is obviously a wrestle heavy show. Let's see if they can promote next week good enough, because that's what it's going to come down to. And NXT I think was similar. But man, AEW hit the home run at the end. You know what I mean? It was literally like they were hitting singles the entire show, which was nice, and then they hit a home run to end the show. So and they plugged next week huge. There's fucking 6 things that they plugged for next week to look at.
For the matches that I mentioned, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so just what a great job tonight by just being let's just go out there and wrestle. And then we got the big main event that we booked. It's going to over-deliver. That's a positive, to over-deliver. Absolutely over-delivered. Most people expected it to be okay, but also worried that it would under-deliver. And instead, the fucking thing over-delivers. So great. Everyone agreed to that. And then on top of that, we're looking forward to next week. So, man, next week's ratings should be in good shape, I would think, for AEW. Hopefully tonight's ratings do well, because I do feel some people could maybe start falling away at the beginning, middle, but I'm hoping that if people stick through this whole show, it's really a show that delivered by the main event. Man, you talk about the opposite of Raw. My God, Raw was a nightmare. After this show tonight, they could have gone out there and done another hour because of the fire you felt after the street fight. If they had a couple of good matches up later, it could have been something that you would have been wow, that would, this would be all right. They just, what a great job. Tony Khan's been asked about 3 hours. He said no. He was asked about 3 hours.
He is for another show, adding 1 hour to another show, but not 3 hours in one show.
Yes. 2 2-hour shows, fine. A 3-hour show, get the hell out of here.
They already have a 1 hour show in Dark, so I wouldn't go much more than one more 1 hour show. You're going to cut yourself real thin after that. I
mean, if you want to do that, what I could recommend is the show ends, and then maybe AEW Aftermath comes on, and they have wrestler interviews, backstage things.
If it's not a straight wrestling program like Dynamite, that would be okay.
Yeah. They have.
If they're adding another show like a SmackDown to Raw.
a documentary series perhaps, or even maybe a little podcast too, like, all right, it's time for Roundtable. We're here with, we got the Young Bucks, we got this guy, that guy. I don't know.
because they do a lot of promoting with their, unrestricted podcast or whatever it is that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that. I would not like that because then our ratings here would go down a little bit because people might stick around watching that hour. I don't think that would draw, obviously, as well because, then
either the Raw talks and SmackDown, talking smack.
I think AEW could draw about 500,000 in the third hour if they did that. But it's like, why
maybe
do that? Why kill your numbers and why water anything down?
It's better to just save all your effort because they also have to consider things that they're doing in that segment might be in Being the Elite. It might be in, other people's vlogs or other things they have planned for Dark or backstage or different segments. So it might not work that well. They'd really have to consider. For NXT, they made an announcement. No spoilers here. It's just that they're having a #1 contenders match for Finn Balor's title. They said the roster is too stacked to do a regular #1 contenders match. So they're having a new match. It's a gauntlet eliminator match. It's kind of like a Royal Rumble, 2 men start. Every 4 minutes, another competitor enters the ring. But the only way to be eliminated is via pinfall or submission. The last person standing will be named the #1 contender for the NXT Championship and will go on to face Finn Balor at NXT TakeOver. And that TakeOver event will be Sunday, October 4th at 7 Eastern.
What is it underwhelming?
You think they announced that today?
Are they underwhelming announcements, you think? Because people kind of were like super like, what's it going to be? Wow.
Maybe.
I mean, because
it doesn't. It's a big announcement, but it doesn't feel huge.
Yeah, he had. I don't know. Good idea.
I like the idea of the new match. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to be entertaining. But it wasn't a record-breaking announcement by any means.
Yeah, I think they did a good job, though, trying to promote something because they really had nothing other than that.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have much advertised. So Shotzi was the only thing with Io Shirai, and she had a great promo before on Twitter. Sadly, it has to be on Twitter where she's stapling her chest, a sign that says "Hurt me." That's like,
hilarious.
Yeah, and
Sam
Shotzi's
Clark,
a hell of a character.
Sam Clark in the chat says, "Decent show. I don't think it's good enough to follow up the 1 million." So now comes the favorite time of everybody on this show tonight. And before we do that, I got to gloat. I said 1.6 million on Raw. Nailed it, baby. Take that, JD, you bastard. 1.5.
Like I said, they had really, like, the mass exodus that happened had already happened. So these people that are watching are pretty much that 1.6 is your audience.
Well, it still went down and it's still low.
But I'm saying like that's I didn't think adding football was going to be dropping them super low like some people predicted.
Well,
but in the grand scheme of things, you look at what AEW got last week. If they did better this week, especially with the street fight, that's a possibility. They could have gotten some new eyes on the product with that. They could be 400,000 viewers off from Raw.
They're getting there. I still think Raw. I still think WWE has a 2.4 ceiling. They have a potential to hit 2.4 still, but the average right now is 1.8, and their lows are 1.6. If we have not ever seen a 1.5, so they're on their way.
Give it another week. This week's Raw was so bad, as we said.
Yes,
that I feel like people aren't going to want to tune in next week.
People are going to say, should have watched Monday Night Football. Now, there will be some other people who say, all right, I watched the debut of Monday Night Football. Maybe I'll watch Raw again. So we'll go both ways. But we're on our way, folks.
Word of mouth is a lot, and people have been slamming the show.
I urge you guys to go back and watch our Raw reviews. Going back to 2013, you will see the future predicted. Go back. Joe Cronin Show, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17. Go back and have some fun doing the research on what things we said and bring them up to me. Tell me what I was wrong about, what I was right about. But we've been talking about this for years. 1.5 is on the horizon for Raw. And by the way, Raw is worse than I ever thought it would be. I thought it was bad in 2015. I thought there was problems. Yo, Nessa, what up, Nessa?
When you go back and rewatch some of the feuds and moments in 2015, I'm like, oh my God, bring us back.
But you
don't know how good you have it till it's gone. But sadly, it was still bad then, but it wasn't this horrendous.
If you did not watch the street fight tonight, I'm sorry, I'm just texting my mom. She did a bunch of work today. Sent me a picture of it. I missed it earlier. If you did not watch AEW tonight, I mean, man, you got to go watch it. And if you're like, listen, I don't have time to watch the show, I just want to watch the best stuff, just, dude, watch the street fight at the end, because it was fun. Raw was bad. Raw was real bad.
Raw was so bad that I absolutely already predict that next week's ratings are going to go down because of how bad it was this week. As where AEW, I think they're going to crack 1 million again. I think it's going to be
really,
yeah. For some reason, with this street fight, maybe I'm just that high on that, but I'm hoping for them they get it. Last week, they had a lot coming in with the worry about Matt Hardy.
But last week they were
TV.
solo. Last week they were solo. No NXT. Tonight they had NXT to compete with.
Yeah, I mean the lowest I could see them getting is 980. But really, I think they're going to break 1 million. I think people are really pushing for AEW.
Wow, man, book that
I think
down.
NXT is going to see a bit more of a drop tonight.
All right,
I'm probably way off. I'm sure I'm dead wrong, and I'll admit it tomorrow. But I'm being a bit out of the box with it.
I am going to say that AEW does an 885 tonight. Mark it down, 885.
Right. But I'm being hopeful. I'd love to see them break 1 million again.
I would love that too, man. That happens, I will. First of all, I'll be pumped that you hit the nail on the head, and the second thing is I'll just be pumped for AEW. So I hope you're right, because that's fucking crazy if that happens.
What else we got?
Oh my god!
A little bit of the bubbly.
Up against
Bubbly?
NXT.
Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Yo.
I want to suck on Amanda Carmen's eyeball until it squirts in my froggy ass. Ribbit D. Welsh, you look like James Ellsworth. Fuck you, no chin, bitch.
Oh my god, Bullfrog. That is disgusting. Why don't you go delete your whole channel again, you idiot? No, thanks for the $3, though.
Where are the mods?
Thanks, man. Boom. So there we go, man.
Yeah, for real, you are probably spot on, but I just want to be uncharacteristically, spontaneous and say, hey, let's go for it. I'm really hoping they break it, and I would love to see that.
I want everybody to remember 885 on Twitter all week, man. I'm gonna make a T-shirt 885 for this week.
People have it marked down. They're ready.
Right. Somebody says, too sweet, says the Country Music Awards were on, might be smaller. Maybe. There's something on every week, though, that somebody says.
Yeah, CMAs,
You know who you got to worry about is NXT. They competed against NXT tonight. Last week, they didn't.
That's the change.
There's going to be 100 to 150,000 people that aren't here from last week.
I'm curious to see, honestly. I mean, you can't tell from 1 week, but it does show a certain example of how many people maybe last week that didn't usually watch AEW, saw the show, enjoyed it, and now went ahead and tuned back in this week.
Right.
I wonder, how much of a carryover there is.
Oh, I think they had a carryover, because I think normally normally last week would have been like, last week was 1 million, so I think there will be at least 30 to 50,000 people that still carried over. Plus, the show was pretty good, and then the main event was so good, people hung around. So normally, I think AEW can do about 800, 850. So add about maybe 30 to 50 to that. I think that's why I'm going 885. They could hit 900s, but I'll go 885. But they had to compete with NXT this week. Last week they hit 1 million. There was no NXT. So, I would say 80% of those people are going to go back on NXT, but maybe 20% of them don't. Maybe they want to see what happens on AEW over NXT. And, William Regal saying he's got big announcements. That was a total ploy to make sure to, I got to know what that is.
That's a WWE tactic, not an NXT tactic usually, but.
Right. Great
that's
idea.
One of the things that's powered on NXT, and I don't want to see them do when they, thankfully, it seems like they're, trying out new matches. I like that idea. That seems more like the NXT we liked originally. But I don't want them to be so reactionary and hotshot things. The Keith Lee thing, felt that way. And it's just, it's been troubling.
Salutations.
I think it would be better, for them, obviously, going on Tuesdays. But I don't see them doing that because I think they intentionally want to try and take away, in their mind, from AEW.
Yeah, they just care about taking the ratings away a little bit, yeah. That's when they're not going to leave.
Yeah, I think that's all they care about. Even though they did better on their own night, on their own.
Yeah, you would think you would do that, and then...
They'd rather, hinder themselves to hurt someone else.
I'm assuming that the money isn't that greater with the advertisement and they think the value of tarding the other company a little bit is more valuable than getting paid more from advertising, I guess.
Yeah, your 885 is sounding more and more possible. But I'm still going to stick with it. I think NXT though. NXT has got, my guess is 710.
710,000 for NXT.
Yeah.
I think you're pretty good right there, that number. I'll go lower and I'll say 690. It'll be one of their lower scores in a while. NXT's been doing good, but I'll go 690.
Yeah, because I'm not sure that Shotzi and EO really brought the numbers in tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yes, I don't know what else had happened, but I heard they had a really great intro, those two, a great women's fight. But is it enough to bring the fans in? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, if you guys,
for Dynamite. What was your score for Dynamite tonight?
I'd probably go 7.5 or maybe 7. I go 7 out of 10 tonight.
I had a lot of fun tonight. I'm going to give it an 8. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit higher than you. I really enjoyed this show.
I really did. Yeah, I thought that street fight was so good, man.
It's such a standout. It felt like its own show entirely, and everything they did throughout it, there wasn't anything that I was like. There was no cutesy moments. I think that's why I'm so thoroughly thrilled with this street fight.
Yeah, they didn't
anybody get locked in an ice cooler. There was nobody transforming. There was no hokey shit.
Yeah, there was none of that.
There was no, bag of glass and thumbtacks. There wasn't, street signs. Everything felt plausible that they beat each other up with. All right, there's a lead pipe there. There's a piece of wood. There's a 2x4. All right, we got this plank. They threw each other through the car windshields and into the mirrors, and they used the environment so well that it just made the match pretty damn exceptional.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch it again. I'm gonna watch the street fight again, and that's something that I always talk about as one of my factors of what I think is really good is when I'm like, I want to see that again now, or someday I'm gonna watch that again. That's when I know that something was done right. Sometimes there's a match that's good, but you're like, all right, that was a good match. Good job. Never going to watch that again, but good match.
Yeah.
And then there's other stuff that you're like, well, I'll never watch that again. But that street fight tonight, I'll remember that.
You want to go back and see again.
Yeah, like if I forgot about it for some reason in 2 years, you were like, this street fight tonight in 2022 is really good. Last time I think we saw something as good as this was that one a couple years ago when, remember, Orange Cassidy came out of the trunk or whatever. And I'll be like, oh, shit, yeah. I'm going to go, oh my God, dude, I got to go watch that again. That was crazy. So yeah, this is probably the best outside the ring thing that's happened in AEW. I would say, what would you say was the second best? Like the football field fight or something? That
Stadium Stampede was probably number 2.
But that was more comedy, but it was
that was a lot more comedy, and I still like that, and it still worked for me, but that was less of what I enjoyed. Tonight too, I wasn't like blown away by the story leading into the match.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad this was the blow off. And they blew it off properly with Sue driving away, flipping him off. Like, we're not going to worry about next week. Oh, they're going to fight each other again, and now it has to become a cage match. And no, this is it. It's done.
They made a lower mid-card story become the main event.
Absolutely.
That's fucking crazy awesome.
That's great. And I like it when we see that. I like it when they elevate other talents. And AEW does give a fair shake to those of the lower card to kind of get a chance to shine every now and again. Can't say they don't. They've made a lot of people have, chances in the main events, and you've seen a lot of people that you didn't think would get a shot so far at least get some TV time. So, no, not everybody's the victor, not everybody's a champion, but I'm also happy that title shots aren't being, title victories, I should say, aren't being thrown around all hot potato willy-nilly.
Right. I want to thank Soundwave92. He is the top donation of the stream. If anybody wants to say anything about AEW or anything else or whatever the case is, few more minutes here on the air, so drop it now if you'd like to. If you guys want to support the show, feel free to do it. Right now, we got to give love to Soundwave, man. He is the top donator of the stream, and he's looking like he's going to take that JCS Digital Championship out of this night. And we also got to shout out Jman from KC. He is the king of the wheel, baby. He set the record on Monetize This over on my other channel, Corrupted Nation, where Monetize This happens every Friday night at 11 p.m. He won 3 weeks in a row as the king of the wheel, man. Unbelievable stuff.
Possessed. He was going after everybody, and my God, even going after Monica on Twitter.
Oh my God, dude! He called her a car battery, or somebody called her a car battery.
Yeah, it said she was stacked. Like I think.
Paul 3 said that.
Yeah,
oh my God, dude!
Oh, cut a brutal promo on everybody. That was crazy, but
that was wild, man. Thank you.
I mean, Jman, he was a man possessed. He had to win the wheel.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
He dropped over $1,000. I mean, normally you wouldn't want that to win the wheel. Hey, what's up, Clover? My doggy's here. Oh, you want to play? Come on up here. Come on up here and play with me and all. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're sexy little bitch. Oh, yeah, you're a sexy doggy. Come here.
She's looking for the peanut butter.
Yeah, it's in there. Hey, baby. Come here. Come here. Want to go on camera? Cody Rhodes will instantly appear on the camera when he hears a pit bull's here. Oh, my doggy.
There's the star.
Say hi to Clover. You're so black. They can't see you. You smell like a doggy.
See ya. What? No, she was making out with me. Why'd you send her down here to molest me?
Leah knew it would distract you.
My tooth hurts from bending over. Bye, Clover. Is she still down here? She wants to sleep on the rug here.
She wants to just hang out.
You can't even see her on camera. She's so dark.
Yeah, you got to turn the brightness way up.
Yeah, she's so big now, bro. She's muscly and big. She'll run somebody's ass over, dude.
Yeah, especially compared to when you first got her.
Yeah, she was this little tiny puppy. Like Brenna, my daughter used to carry her around like, I got my little Clover. And I'm like, dude, this dog would like murder you now if she ran.
Yeah,
like,
right through the house.
she did hit Finn one day. She was running and she ran into him and he went flying. Like, oh my God, dude, he just wiped out. Because she's crazy big.
Oh, yeah, so big.
But anyway, yeah, so I guess we're going to make our way off the air here, it looks like. I want to thank everybody who donated tonight, man. Thank you guys for keeping the show alive a little bit here. But definitely could use some help on Patreon. You get 30 hours of bonus content a month that you don't hear on YouTube. My wife's podcast with Monica talks spooky to me. Corrupted podcast. Oh, my God, dude. If you missed Corrupted last week, fuck you. The pre-show was the best part.
Was worth the price of admission.
It's free. The pre-show is actually free. You can go listen to it. The Corrupted podcast.
The pre-show was crazy.
Tommy was on the pre-show. Just crazy shit, dude. The pre-show was actually, to be honest, the pre-show was the best show I did all week. It was the best show, and so it was free, but
it was hilarious.
Corrupted was good afterwards. And then we got Morning Madness I've done. I got a Note to Self coming. I got a brand new show that's coming that I'll tell you about, and we'll have some more podcasts for you. Drew and Jesse have Off the Rails. Episode 3 that got skipped for some reason is going up as well. They're on episode 4. They're recording episode 5 now. There's so much shit on the Patreon in audio form and on YouTube form for you guys and more. Plus the questions, $5 a month. For $2 a month, you get a bunch of stuff. $5 a month, even better. And certainly a super shout out to the people that have gone into the $25 producer tier. There's tons of different tiers, though, that you can go into over there. But no doubt that the people that went into the producer tier have gone above and beyond. So thank you for that. And we're really, that's about it, man. I might be, speaking of video games, I might be streaming Diablo tonight. I don't know. Probably not, but I may pop on Twitch, potentially, but maybe not. But I'm not a wrestler, so it's okay. You know what I mean? And Kenny Omega, you can play your little video games all you want. I can still out-mic you, okay? Mr. Curly Sue Hair. All right? So it's okay. I play video games. But I also have 3 kids. What do you have? You probably have 3 restraining orders. I'm just kidding. I love Kenny Omega. I love you all. I love all the wrestlers.
That's for sure. But anybody that didn't pre-order one already, seems like you're not going to get one until probably 2021.
What? Xbox?
No, PS5.
Oh.
They're saying that allegedly, what I saw being talked about earlier was that they were limited quantities because of everything that happened with the pandemic.
Dude.
And whatever wasn't available for pre-order, that's kind of it for stock.
Let me make this clear to everybody right now.
That could be them trying to get everybody to buy the pre-orders.
It could be. So. In January, I bought masks. People laughed. You know the tweets? I was right. I was right about a few other things. I've been wrong about a lot of things too, by the way. I've been wrong about a lot of shit. But I'm telling you, do your fucking Christmas shopping now. Do it early. Have your Christmas shopping almost done in October so that in November on Black Friday or whatever, you can do your final thing there, but you may be in trouble. So I'm telling you, do your fucking shopping now. If there's an outbreak again or the cases blow up and shit shuts down, I'm telling you, man, the shipping of food and toilet paper, all that stuff's going to go up. Get on it now. I'm fucking serious.
Projected that even if nothing changed right now, everything stayed exactly the way it is. So cases didn't go up, even if things improved, because so many people are either more used to ordering things online, or they have to order things online. They didn't have to before.
Yep.
They said there'd be massive delays for the holidays. So you're spot on for that.
And here's the other thing.
Things don't get bad. If it gets worse, then it's going to be even more of a hassle to ship things. And, you're going to have to order in October to have it here by Christmas. That's the kind of issue. So.
Well, and the other thing is, if you're looking for a job, I'm telling you, Amazon is about to hire even more. There's going to be 500,000 people hired. Between UPS, Amazon, USPS, FedEx, but especially UPS. These are all jobs $15 or more. Most of them are temporary, but some of them may become permanent because they're going to need this much volume going forward. So I'm telling you right now, if you haven't been able to find a job and you've been sitting back, unemployment, and maybe that's ending soon or you're worried or whatever the case is, get out there now. Get your resume ready. These people are going to hire you. They're going to train you to work as a helper on the truck. It starts at least at $15 an hour, if not more. So if you're looking for a job and something temporary until January and February, until you can start looking for that regular thing you want to do again, package handling and package assistance delivery, it's almost there every year anyway. Pretty much if you wanted in the past, you could just be like, yo, UPS, I want to work there. You pretty much would get the job every year. Now this year, it's going to be nuts. So be on the lookout right now for holiday help. It's going to start early. Get a job, get a decent one. Whether you end up getting hired for permanently, awesome. Yeah. But if you don't, at least you have something until at least January, if not February.
Get through the holidays and the winter time, part of the winter, and that's important.
Minimal contact with the public.
Without things getting worse, that's without things progressively getting worse. That there's going to be this huge need already for the package handlers. So
and
there to buy now.
And minimal contact with the public. If you're working delivery residential UPS, you're on a truck with a guy or you're on your own truck, whatever it is, you're not in a store working retail. So if you're worried about COVID stuff, you're working solo mostly, so you'll be okay there. So that could be something you could do as well. If you're high risk or you have an old person living at home or something like that, I wouldn't be as worried about getting it off packages and stuff like that. It seems like that's just almost non-existent packages and food. It's really coming from direct contact and respiratory stuff. All right, well, boom, that's it, man. That's my little advice for the day for everybody. I used to work in career development, and I just see all these trends and stuff like that, and I used to really hunt for jobs for people. And I just think about it. I'm like, wow, this is an opportunity. If you're sick of being told no or can't find jobs, this could potentially be a good layup for you to get something for the next 3 to 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, especially while all this COVID stuff is happening, like you said, out of the public and just, buy your own handling packages and dropping them off. Because I was telling you yesterday, Danny's school now, her entire grade is out of the school for the next 20 days or 50 days. They can't go back to the 28th now. So.
That's why we did remote, because I felt like any minute there, something's just going to go wrong and we're just going to be back at home anyway. So I'm like, let's just start hybrid or start remote.
Yeah,
And
the hybrid they're doing is silly. Anyways, they go for twice a week for 3 hours a day, and then the rest is 3 hours online for the days they're not there.
Dude, it's breaking my heart though, because you don't understand how much my daughter. I'm sure yours is like this too, maybe, but my daughter, my son isn't. He's like work from home, cool. My daughter though, she's like, dude, my daughter almost cries because she wants to be at school with her friends.
She's a social butterfly.
Oh my god, dude! She's like, we used to have recess at the swing set every day, and I miss my BFFs. And she says that, and she means like 7 different girls she's talking about. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, this is fucking heartbreaking.
Age, you know? That's the problem. It's hard. At least you're doing all you can trying to get her. You know, she talks to Drew's daughter and stuff like that.
Oh my god, Drew's daughter and my daughter play Roblox. My daughter loves Drew's daughter, like loves her. They play on Skype together on video. It's adorable.
That's too funny.
But you know, they I think that, what is it, October? It's sad that it's September, because September, October, November, December, January, February. I'm not going to feel good until probably April to March or April of next year. If all the numbers are down, I'll be like, dude, you're going back to school. Like, you're going back into school. I might even think about February and March, like February, January. I might say, like, can we get them back in school full time now? But if it's crazy, then you can't. It's a hard thing to say.
It didn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. And
I wish I was from the South, because I think a lot of people in the South are more like ignorance is bliss. People in the South are more like, let them go. It ain't going to happen. Who cares? You know, whatever happens, live life. You know, the people in the South have that feeling, whereas people in the North a little bit have more of a, you know, liberal, more of a like very cautious, like, I'm looking at the science, I'm looking at the numbers, like we should do this because of that, which is the way I kind of am. So, you know, I wish I wasn't. I wish I was more ignorant, kind of like, I don't know, who cares about the number, whatever, you know. So because then you'd live a better life, because I'd be able to be like, whatever happens, happens. Send them to school. Let them, you know, don't do that. But there's that part of me that's more like, I'm worried, and it's just I'm a science thing. Like, I'm worried, bro. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. But I understand both sides. I understand how some people are and some people aren't, and I'm saying I wish I was more like, live your life. Let's go. Who cares? You know, but unfortunately I think no, I don't know. It's hard to say, man. There's two different mindsets in this country, and I don't mind the two different mindsets in a way, because that's what freedom is about, is, you know, deciding what you want to do. But that's my mindset. But I wish it's torture though, because you're like, it's just torture, man. I wish I didn't have that mindset, and I was like, whatever, go to school, fuck it. I mean, I kind of had it today when I went to the dentist. The whole time the guy's coughing and sneezing, I'm like, what's all this quarantine for? I'm sitting here at the dentist with my mouth open for 3 hours with a guy going, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You've got COVID or something. But he might just have allergies, or he might just have another cold. I have not been sick.
I know, though. That's the sad part. You have to worry.
I haven't been sick in over a year, Jake.
Yeah, I know. You've had a damn good run with your immune system.
I've had headaches, and 1 or 2 times I had a tickle in my throat, and I went, oh, I'm getting a sore throat, and then I didn't get it. So that it's been over a year. And in fact, Jake, in February and January, when Leah got super sick and Finn got sick, I never got that, and neither did Gavin or my daughter. But Leah and Finn got wicked sick for like 2 weeks, and I never got that.
That was terrible.
So, and I don't know, dude, I haven't been sick in like a year and 2 months, and I'm sitting there under the dentist, and he's like, oh, dude, and I'm like, oh my God, is this going to be how I finally get sick? Because I left the house one day? Fuck me. All right, let's get out of here, man. We're out. Yo, Jake DeMarco, hit him up on Twitter at CountdownEnded. Hit me up on Twitter at JCS Commentary. Email me, joecroningshow@yahoo.com, business shit. Otherwise, please check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And go ahead.
So much extra content. Oh, D. Welsh said that the Cubs and Indians game was delayed due to a drone over the field.
What? Somebody was spying on him.
I guess so. That's hilarious, though. You just see a drone flying by the friggin' flag.
You know what's not hilarious was last night when I watched a lot of that Celtics game, and they were up by like 14 points in the fourth quarter and then lost. Dude, I was like,
terrible.
It was the first Celtics game I'd watched like that much of all year. And I'm like, of course. Of course I watch this game where they're up by 14, then they lose in the end, and a dude block, like probably one of the greatest blocks I've ever seen happens against us. Just ridiculous. Like, F me, dude.
Giants Monday night game was a disaster, so.
Yeah, they're in trouble again, it looks like, this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
and the Patriots, I'm only throwing this out there because people have been asking me this all day and I haven't answered. Patriots, to me, look like a 7.5 out of 10 team. They look like they're going to be a good average team, but they're not going to be able to beat the elite teams, I think. So that's my opinion, and I think Brady will do better. And I think they'll go. I don't know, man. I think he'll get about 9 to 10 wins this year, but I don't know. That's all I have to say about football. I think looks like I think the Saints are your NFC in the NFC Championship against somebody, and we'll see what happens. I don't think I have anything else to say about football right now. I think that's basically it. And about anything else, obviously the Bruins took a shit, and the Red Sox took a real big shit. And yeah, I'm not watching really, but I watched a couple Cubs games. But yeah, I wish I saw the drone. That's kind of funny.
I love the dick.
All right. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere, Thursday night, 11 p.m.
This is war.
Right here. It's war, and you're a whore. We'll see you then. Soundwave 92, thanks, man, for being a beast with the $29 donation.
Dildo asses.
Oh, we'll see you guys. Good night, Jake.
Good night, baby.
Hit that like button, baby. Let's get to 200 likes, please. God. Oh, God, all the babies will die if we don't get to 200 likes. Awandi. Frog off. By the way, Awandi was right, man. I got to give it to him. Awandi was right. Khabib is a better man than Conor McGregor. You got to give it up, man. Khabib is a good guy. Conor McGregor, not so much, bro. Awandi was right. We let our Irish pride blind us. We let our Irish pride blind us. He looked like us, so we thought he was a good one. Whatever the fuck. I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks. Why can't we get 200 likes? I'm a loser. Hey, let's go on Twitter and fight with people. And I'll be on Diablo later, maybe. I don't know. I'm in hardcore mode again. I think I'm at level 60 or 58. Let's go, man. You might see Cronin die in hardcore again. Big announcement coming to the Patreon this week, baby. Become a patron now. Shout out to all the people who did jump on the Patreon, brother. And let's go out with the new Bullfrog song by me, Joe Cronin. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the controller's not even out yet to even see, so.
We just showed it to you. It's right there.
No.
Available now on Patreon for download.
Wow.
Whoa.
One word. Fuck you. I'ma kill you. I'ma kill you in the nighttime. I'ma kill you in the daytime. I'ma kill you anytime. I wanna kill you. Here I come with my bulletproof juice. I'ma bubble the bullet up in you. Now you gon' be dead. Yo, Bullfrog, you are dead. I want you to be fucking dead too. Put a bullet in you. I might have to watch as you die. I might have to kill you at night, Bullfrog. You dumb fucking fag. Bullfrog. Now you're dead. On the floor, ribbon. Yo, try to rip it at me now. Now you're dead. Put a lead in your head. Fucking bullfrog, you a fag. Faggot. Now you're dead. I'ma fill you up with regret. I'ma fill you up with regret. I'm gonna fill you up with regret. Pull the fucking bullet up in your head. Now you motherfucker, you dead. Yo, you motherfucker, you dead. Dead. You a dead frog.
Razdam.